My fiance's daughter mocked me for being a construction worker, even after I paid for her schooling. She told me not to come to her events. So when her real dad got mad that I stopped helping and my fiancé took their side, I walked away from both of them. I've worked in construction for over 2 decades. It's not flashy work, but it's honest. I've built homes, schools, and clinics from the ground up, places people depend on. I take pride in that. I don't wear fancy suits or drive a sports car, but I earn well, and more than that, I live with principles. 3 years ago, I met Angela. She was graceful, articulate, and worked as a nurse. We clicked, or so I thought, over shared values, working hard, building something real. She had a daughter, Kayla, 16 at the time, from a past relationship. She kept her distance at first, which made sense. I wasn't there to replace her dad, just be part of their life. If they'd let me, Angela, and I got engaged after a year and a half. I moved in and started fixing up the place, renovated the basement, repaired the roof, upgraded the kitchen. All out of pocket, all with my own hands. When Kayla's dad stopped contributing to her school fees, Angela was ashamed to ask, but I stepped in. We're a family. I said, this is what family does. That word, family, it meant something to me. I came from nothing. So I protected what I built, but Kayla never accepted me. In fact, over time, she turned cold. She'd joke about my boots by the door, make faces if my hands were rough from work. One night, I overheard her talking on the phone. He's just some nobody in construction. I told her not to bring him to parent night. I don't want anyone thinking he's my stepdad. That hit deep. I didn't confront her. Figured it was teen stuff. But it kept happening. She laughed when I offered rides. Rolled her eyes at the dinner table. Never once said thank you for tuition, for fixing her car, or for the house she lived in. Angela saw it. She always said, it's a phase, or she just doesn't know how to show appreciation. But I knew better. She knew how to treat people. She just chose not to treat me like family. The final blow came at her graduation. I cleared my schedule and canceled a big job to be there. Angela told me the school only gave 2 tickets, one for her, one for Kayla's dad. I asked why. She asked for him. Angela replied, not meeting my eyes. That same man who never helped, never showed up, he got the seat. So I stayed home, sat on the couch in my dusty jeans, pretending I didn't care. But I cared, more than I ever let on. They came home smiling. Kayla passed right by me, bouquet in hand, probably from her dad. Angela gave me a look like I was making a big deal out of nothing. That night, I thought long and hard. I wasn't mad. I was done. Done paying her bills. Done fixing her messes. Done being walked over in a home I helped build. Next morning, I told Angela I wouldn't be covering Kayla's college costs. We talked loosely about it, but I made it clear I was out. Then I told her I was moving. She thought I was bluffing, until I packed up my gear and started loading the truck. She's just a kid, Angela pleaded. No, I said, she's old enough to know how to treat people. And you? You should have stood up for me. That's when Angela said something I won't forget. She's still her father's daughter. He might not have paid much, but at least he never tried to be him. I stared at her, so I was just a placeholder, until he showed up. She didn't answer. Didn't have to. In the weeks after I left, Kayla's dad became a regular. Outings, selfies, smiles. Suddenly, he was Dad of the Year. Angela posted pictures like I'd never existed, like I was just a ghost who'd filled the cracks until the original returned. I wasn't furious anymore. I just felt empty, not just betrayed by the girl I tried to support, but by the woman who stood by and let it happen. A few months later, Angela sent me a message. She was having a rough time at college. Said things were hard and asked if we could talk. I didn't write back. I'd already given everything, my time, energy, money, heart, and they threw it away for someone who came bearing roses but vanished when life got real. So no, I didn't answer. I didn't go running, and I didn't look back. Weeks passed. Then came a letter, handwritten, no return address, but I knew that handwriting. The loopy cursive was unmistakably Angela's. I thought about tossing it. But something in me needed to know. Maybe it was the closure I never got. It opened with something like an apology. "I know you probably hate me," she wrote. "I messed up, but I hope you'll understand why." She explained she'd always wanted Kayla's dad to step up, to become the man she imagined he could be. She said every time I was there, doing what he should have done, it made her feel ashamed, like she was betraying the dream she had for her daughter. "I didn't mean for you to be used," she wrote. "I just didn't know how to be grateful to you while staying loyal to the idea of Kayla's real family." No mention of the money I spent. No real acknowledgement of the sacrifices. Just another round of emotional tightrope, walking to explain why she let me be erased. I folded the letter, slid it back into its envelope, and tucked it in a drawer. I wasn't angry anymore, but I was finished. I rebuilt my world from the ground up. Bought a small place out near the edge of town. Fixed it up with my own hands. Started a contracting business. Kept myself busy. Met new people. Stopped talking about the past. About a year later, I ran into someone we both used to know. We were in the hardware store. Small talk. Then he said, "Hey, I heard Kayla left college." I just shrugged. Haven't spoken to them in a long time. He hesitated, then added, "Angela's having a tough time. That guy left again a few months after Kayla moved back. Just bailed." I wasn't shocked. He never stayed when things got real. "She still talks about you sometimes," the guy added. "Said you were the only solid person in their lives. Thinks maybe if she'd had more courage, things would have ended differently." I didn't respond. Just paid for my supplies and walked out. That night, I sat on my porch, sipping a beer, staring at the fence I just finished. There was peace in the stillness. No shouting. No pressure. No one taking me for granted. Then I heard tires crunching on the gravel. A car rolled up and stopped in front of my house. Kayla stepped out. She looked older, thinner, but the same guarded look was there, like she didn't know how to begin. I stood, then moved toward her. "I know I don't have a right to be here," she said, voice unsteady. "But I needed to say something. Mom doesn't know I came. I waited. I treated you terribly. I thought I was being loyal to my dad. But he left again. You were the one who showed up. And I acted like that didn't matter." She paused. Silence stretched. Then she looked down. I dropped out. Couldn't keep up with tuition. And honestly, I didn't know why I was even there. I just wanted to make them proud. But they're gone now. I didn't know what to say. A part of me wanted to tell her it was too late. That some things don't get fixed with a sorry. But I saw in her eyes ownership. The first time I'd ever really seen it in her. "I'm not asking you to forgive me," she said. "I just want to say thank you for everything you did." Then she turned, got in her car, and drove away. I stood there for a long time after. No, her words didn't heal the wounds. Didn't undo what was done. But it was the first real truth she'd ever given me. That night, I took Angela's letter from the drawer, read it one last time, then tossed it into the fire pit. I watched the flames eat the paper. The ink curled, the words turned to ash. Not every betrayal ends with answers. Not every goodbye brings neat resolution. Sometimes all you get is space, and time, and peace. And maybe that's enough.